Sacramento's News Radio. Live radar shows the precipitation is moving now on land all along the Northern California coast, by the way. Currently it is 40 degrees in Elk Grove.
All right, time now to get some money and business news. Kelly Brothers is over at Contra. I don't know if you heard about us talking about that Amazon employee survey. They came out with a big memo. They told their employees that...
Push back on that. They want leadership to reconsider that rule. So we'll see where that goes. I mean, Disney was along the same lines. No, we're a creative company. We need you back in the office. So, and I'm sure there will be people who self-select out, who decide to know that working remote is more important than the company that I actually work for. So, and that's kind of the rough and tumble it's going to take to get to whatever our new world begins to look like. Speaking of a new world, how about coffee with just a little bit of olive oil, please? Starbucks is mixing olive oil-infused coffee drinks beginning today in Italy. They plan to bring it to California sometime this spring. Howard Schultz was over doing some research, quote unquote, in Sicily, and saw people drinking olive oil and decided, let's try it, especially given the health benefits of olive oil. So we will see if people like olive oil in their coffee or not. Intel slashing their dividends from 36 cents a share to 12 cents a share. And this was kind of, the writing was on the wall after their last earnings report, which was not very positive at all. Let's check the real-time numbers, as we're positive, but barely so. Right at the flat line. Dow up 28, 33,157. NASDAQ up 13. The S&P is up 1 point. Gold up 1, 1843 an ounce. Oil is down 2.5%. 10-year bond yield 3.90.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Vladimir Putin's speech this week put an essential end to diplomatic relations when he said he's going to pause the START treaty, which governs how many nukes each country can have attached to weapons delivery systems. Now, Peter Zeihan is a global strategist. He says, don't expect much to happen until the spring when the war in Ukraine is expected to break one way or the other.
While Russia is, at best, a third-rate military power, it is not a paper tiger. It is more like a rabid tiger with a really bad case of gangrene, and it can do a lot of damage on its way down. But now all diplomatic relations are basically in the crapper. And there is no reason to expect the United States and the Russians to have any sort of meaningful discussions on anything until such time as the military position in Ukraine breaks very firmly one way or another. As you guys know, if you've been following me, that the soonest that might happen is May and June, when we get a huge number of Russian conscripts come in facing off of a substantial amount of weaponry that is coming from the West. The balance of forces is very clearly with the Russians in that, but logistical supply is very clearly with the Ukrainians on that one. So it is, in its own way, a very, very fair fight. So we have movement on the ground in a substantial way in Ukraine. We should not expect anything to come out of diplomacy between the United States and the Russians.
Things are going to get really active in the spring again. As you said, you're going to have they're drafting everyone. And they're sending bodies. That's their way. That's what they do. They send bodies. And we're sending weapons to Ukraine. So
he speaks very directly, very frankly.
Yeah, he does. He does. He's an interesting guy.
Words. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the U.S. Supreme Court and what they may or may not decide with regards to big tech censorship. There are a number of people who are weighing in on that, what happened during that first day in the U.S. Supreme Court. So we'll have more on that coming up straight in.
Where Sacramento gets the news.
Several wildfires burning in the northern part of the state.
Governor Gavin Newsom unveiled the new fire
For the city council, school boards, interior on KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Hi, it's Pat on behalf of American River Flooring. Hey, if you're thinking about a home improvement project, talk to the company that I trust for my home remodeling. American River Flooring, 8510 Madison Avenue in Fair Oaks. AmericanRiverFlooring.com or give them a call, 916-961-6100. Let them know Pat sent you.
All the radio stations you love, every playlist to match your mood, the podcasts that everyone's talking about. If it's on the iHeartRadio app, it's free. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
iHeartRadio.
Need new wiper blades but not sure which ones are right for you? The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. We'll show you options for your vehicle and even install your new wiper blades for free. Right now, save $10 per pair on Bosch Focus wiper blades so you can see better in any weather. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
Hi guys, it's Mark. Are you struggling with erectile dysfunction? Did you know that a major medical breakthrough is now available and it isn't a pill? Today, Wednesday, February 22nd, we're running a one-day special you won't want to miss out on. Coastside Medical Clinic uses the most powerful form of wave therapy. This is a technology clinically shown to repair blood vessels and improve cholesterol. Including from Cambridge. If you're ready to regain the spark in your bedroom, today is your day. Call us now, and you'll qualify for the assessment and ultrasound totally free. You'll also get a gift that can produce rapid and powerful results in the bedroom in minutes. You're gonna love that one, guys. Trust me. And today only, we're offering 6 tune-up treatments to our patients free. This is an unprecedented offer worth hundreds of dollars, but call today and qualify totally free. Call 916-603-2000. That's 916-603-2000. Guys, put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and get your life back. Call Coastside Medical Clinic now to qualify. This offer ends today, Wednesday, 916-603-2000.
Even in winter, you'll always find scorching hot sales on high-quality ingredients at Rayleigh's in Bel Air. This week, take home Foster Farm fresh whole fryer chicken, perfect for baking, roasting, grilling, or frying, for just 97 cents a pound. Pair your chicken with delicious fresh green asparagus for just $1.77 a pound. Our weekly ad is filled with deals on delicious meats, produce, and more. Look for it in your mailbox at Rayleigh's.com or in the Rayleigh's app to save on the season's best. In-store or online, only at Rayleigh's in Bel Air.
It's been 8 years for me since going solar with Aztec Solar. Kitty O'Neill here. Knowing how much I'd save was very important, and if you'd like a fast, easy way to calculate your solar savings, visit yourpowersavings.com. That's yourpowersavings.com. And here's a timely offer. Aztec is offering a solar panel system for just $99.95. Cash discount after incentives, conditions apply. And remember to see your solar savings at yourpowersavings.com. Your latest news, traffic, and weather.
KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM, and everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Good morning to you, 8:30 on this Wednesday, February 22nd. I'm Christina Mendonca.
I'm Sam Shane. Here are stories trending at this hour. High winds continue to cause major power outages across the Bay Area.
Sacramento will allow a cannabis shop to open next door to a drug rehab center.
The Biden administration appears to be trying to replace Title 42, which ends in May. A new rule may curb migrant crossings. And those stories and more straight ahead. Let's get up to the road and check in with Roy Lamello.
This report sponsored by Blindster.com. Getting reports of a crash southbound 5 on the J Street off-ramp. It's a 2-car crash. It's blocking the RAP CHP on the way to clear this off the roadway. So far, seeing some minor delays as you're approaching J Street, but it's stop and go as you get to Q Street to Highway 50. Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters with free shipping and prices less than big box retailers. Now, right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's President's Day sale. Hurry, sale on February 23rd, Blindster.com. Traffic on the 10s every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons. Roy Lamella, KFBK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Much cooler weather in store for us the next couple of days with a partly cloudy sky, some afternoon showers, highs around 50 to 54, and then temperatures drop tomorrow with variably cloudy skies, a possibility of a light shower, 48 to 52. I'm AccuWeather's meteorologist Jeff Nordine on KFBK, Sacramento's News
We have
Radio.
16 up at South Lake Tahoe, 33 in Roseville, 39 in Sacramento.
Now to the stories trending this morning. 100,000 PG&E customers still without power in the South Bay and on the peninsula. High winds have damaged power lines throughout the region, with wind gusts there topping some 72 miles an hour.
This morning, Sacramento City leaders will allow a legal marijuana shop to open up next to a drug rehabilitation center. KFBK's Daniel Martindale with more.
Sacramento City Council made the decision on Tuesday night. A cannabis dispensary called Culture will be allowed to open in a currently vacant storefront in South Sacramento. But that storefront is right next to Diamond House Detox. That's a rehabilitation center that treats clients battling drug addictions. Those against the move, including the owner of the rehab center, say having marijuana for sale that close might tempt drug addicts.
The cannabis shop can't open until it passes the city inspection. Daniel Martindale, KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
The Biden administration appears to be moving ahead with its latest proposal to curb the migrant crossings at the U.S.-Mexico border if Title 42 is allowed to expire in May. Lee Gerlert is a ACLU civil rights attorney. He calls this an asylum ban.
The Biden administration has put in a few small ways for people to apply for asylum, but at the same time, it's giving those few spots, it's taken away the basic right to apply for asylum once you get to the U.S. border. No question in our mind that politics are entering into this, because we certainly believe that the Biden administration has to be looking at the law and know that these policies were struck down previously.
That's an ACLU attorney, Lee Gerlert.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned the people of his country to prepare for nuclear weapons testing. Here's Andrei Kozyrev, former foreign minister of the Russian Federation under President Boris Yeltsin.
A message of intimidation. He tries as much as possible to intimidate the West in particular.
Putin announced earlier this week that Russia is suspending a nuclear arms treaty with the U.S. that was set to run through 2026.
Meta's new verified subscription service could pull in close to 12 million subscribers this year. KFBK's Mark Mayfield with that story.
Bank of America research says with the service catered towards influencers and businesses, it could be a good option to help increase engagement and visibility. The service will start at about $12 per month and could generate $1.7 billion in revenue in 2024. It's currently being tested in Australia and New Zealand. Mark Mayfield, KFBK, Sacramento's News Radio.
Let's get the latest global and national stories now on KFBK News Radio, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. In Ohio, 2 dozen people were treated at a new health assessment clinic in East Palestine following that toxic train derailment nearly 3 weeks ago. The state's health department says appointments are fully booked this week. The EPA, meantime, taking legal action against Norfolk Southern Rail.
Environmental disaster appropriately and hold the polluters accountable.
Former President Trump will visit East Palestine later today. President Biden wrapping up his visit in Poland, marking 1 year since Russia invaded Ukraine. He met today with leaders from the eastern flank of NATO and vowed that NATO countries will defend every inch of its territory. The president also says Russia's leader is making a mistake by suspending the START nuclear treaty with the U.S. Crews on the ground in central New Jersey, the National Weather Service now confirming a tornado tore through parts of Mercer County yesterday. No deaths were reported. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
They have already prepared their Juneteenth celebrations in a local community. That's news from your neighborhood coming up next.
The KFBK Afternoon News.
The end of your workday is a time to help you get updated with reliable and useful information.
Kitty O'Neill.
The top news headlines, but also insight behind the headlines, putting the news into perspective every afternoon on KFBK News Radio.
If you own a small business, you know the value of time. GetRefunds.com, they do too, and that's why they have made it easy, no matter how busy you are, to apply for the Employee Retention Credit, or ERC. Hi friends, it's Sam.
It's Christina. Go to GetRefunds.com to get started, and in less than 8 minutes, see if your business qualifies for ERC assistance.
Because you see, your business may be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 for every employee kept on payroll during COVID-19.
GetRefunds.com has already helped clients claim over $3 billion in payroll tax refunds through the ERC, and they may be able to help your business too.
You'll like this. There's no upfront charge either. They don't get paid until your business gets its refund.
Many businesses believe they won't qualify based off incomplete or outdated information, so don't let this opportunity pass you by, because this payroll tax refund is only available for a limited time.
Go to GetRefunds.com.
That's GetRefunds.com.
It's Ross Tucker. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DashCam.
The Kings are back from the All-Star break, trying to snap their playoff drought. They welcome the Trailblazers tomorrow. Reports say Sacramento assistant Jordy Fernandez is a candidate for the Hawks head coaching job. Niners quarterback Brock Purdy needs surgery on his throwing elbow, but it's been postponed due to swelling, and the Sharks expected to be big sellers at next week's trade deadline. They host the Predators tomorrow. I'm Dan Gutowski.
Hey, it's Ross Tucker. If you'd like to make games a little more interesting, download this newest episode of the Even Money podcast that DashCam is releasing every Tuesday, available wherever you listen to podcasts. Football and betting, the Even Money podcast.
Solar credits are taking a dive. Lock in your benefits under the current policy now. There's no cost or obligation to you. Call 530-213-5660 before April 7th or visit solarlist.org.
Sky's the limit at the new Sky River Casino. Sign up now for a Sky River rewards card at skyriver.com and take your loyalty further with rewards that add up and up. Now open in Elk Grove. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Homeowners Robert and Tina Azevedo for Hall's Window Center.
When we first used Halls about 10 years ago,
It was absolutely a no-brainer when we moved into this home to go ahead and use Hall's once again because we have such a great experience with them. Take it from me, Kitty O'Neill. Get on Hall's appointment calendar today. Purchase now and enjoy $150 off per window and $500 off per patio door. The results have been fantastic. Schedule your appointment at hallswindowcenter.com today.
Covering the stories that affect you. Always on Costa, KFBK Morning News with Regina Donna and Sam Shane on KFBK News Radio.
Okay, this is kind of exciting news. Surviving members of the Beatles and the Rolling Stones are reportedly teaming up to make music together in a yet-to-be-announced album. Yep, so the Beatles have not made music together, obviously, in decades. And rarely even played music together, but Mick Jagger and, of course, the Rolling Stones could be the catalyst they needed to reunite. Reports claim that recording sessions have already taken place. Now Paul McCartney laid some bass tracks down. He's been doing some writing, and these two groups were most of the time friendly, but they had a rivalry for sure. So the fact that they're all working together and names to make music together is pretty cool.
So part of me is really excited about this, and there's another part of me that says the bar is going to be so high. I don't know if they can hit it.
Yeah.
Robert's nodding. Robert agrees. Robert, no.
You and he rarely agree on music.
Well, when I'm right and he agrees with me, he's right.
Yeah. Lovely. I love it. All right, let's get outside to traffic.
Sports Upside Line Search, we take a look at some Mexican action is on eastbound 50 right near Highway 99. That traffic backs up to I-5. And once you get past that, continues sluggish to about the 59th Street on-ramp. Traveling in the westbound direction, still stop and go from just after Bradshaw Road. Continues flowing stretches to the 59th Street off-ramp. Cap City Freeway, so far so good in the northbound direction, no delays, but coming in the westbound direction, you're stop and go from the Cap City Freeway split with 80 to about Watt Avenue, and then sluggish in stretches all the way down to the American River. Traffic stop and go in stretches coming out of Natomas southbound fog. You start to see it sluggish right around Del Paso Road and continues in stretches down towards Highway 50. Leaving West Sacramento right now, some stop and go traffic beginning just before the Sacramento River and continues heavy to Capitol Avenue. Also, we're looking at some slow and go traffic westbound 50 from Harbor Boulevard to the merge with I-80. If you need a new blinds or shades, Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters with free shipping and prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's President's Day sale. Hurry sale ends February 23rd, Blindster.com. Traffic number 10 every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons. Roy LaMello, KPK News Radio, 93.1 FM, 1530 AM.
Today we're looking at a chance of showers, a pretty good chance this afternoon, late this afternoon, with some colder temperatures. Then the next wave, Thursday and Friday, that's going to be more significant in terms of rain and snow. Low snow levels, somewhere around 500 feet. And then you look another week out, there's another front that's coming through. So
Man.
we could have a pretty good system.
It's going to be a wet, late winter.
Yeah, and cold.
Okay, let's get over to news from your neighborhood now. What do we have, Robert?
Well, this story's coming out of the Times-Herald, and maybe a few months away, but plans are already underway for Vallejo's Juneteenth Festival and Downtown Parade. The 33rd Annual Juneteenth Festival will take place on Saturday, June 17th from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. at Martin Luther King Jr. Park downtown behind City Hall. The celebration will also feature a parade through downtown Vallejo.
Okay. The First Lady Jill Biden arriving in Africa today for a 5-day trip. So I'm sending myself, and this is in the Washington Post this morning, okay, why is she going? What's the deal? Well, you know, but there really is a pretty significant diplomatic reason as to why she is there, to demonstrate to the people of that continent that America cares, because the U.S. is concerned now about the influence that China has had in Africa.
We have talked about this, and there's so